What's going on, guys? It's Suplex Network here, and today I've got a review for you. This is a review on the custom belts that I bought from eBay. They came in yesterday. They were meant to be here last week, but what can you do? It's Christmas time. People are busy. Things happen. So yeah, I got the NXT pack, which was the NXT title, women's, and 2 tag titles was $11, and then the TNA one, X Division, the World Heavyweight, and 2 tag teams. You can't see the other. It's Road Dogg, and you know. So I'm gonna compare these to Mattel belts, and I'm going to do close-up pros and cons. So let's start off with the TNA titles, starting off with X Division. So here's the belt around Kofi Kingston's shoulder. So the first thing I gotta say is, it is really small. It looks super small around his shoulder and around his waist like that. It looks really small. So let's look at close up at the belt. It's upside down. The design looks pretty good. It's got red parts there, which is a bit weird. And I like the plates have like a shine, a glare on them. It looks pretty cool. The material is really nice. It's like photo paper on foam, and then on this like leather strap thing, and it's got Velcro on both sides. Custom hand painted, like the trim and the 4 snaps, and it velcros together. Yeah, it looks really nice, and it's all like stuck really good together. Like the quality's good, but the size is my only fault for that one. So now we go on to the TNA tag titles. Now these belts they're pretty good actually. The size is better. The size around them, it looks better on the figures because the size is quite good. It's same stuff, but a fault I have with, hang on, he fell. Sit down. Yeah, a fault I had with this one is the plates are not even. Like this plate, you see how it comes really close to that, and this one doesn't. The plates are like uneven. That's my only fault, but yeah, it's really nice. It's smooth, and they look really good on display. And yeah, so the tag titles I'd give them a 5 stars out of 5 stars. X Division I'd give a 2. Not a fan of that one. Now, speaking of 5 stars, we'll go on to the 5-star Frog Splash dude, one of a kind. The TNA belt on RVD. Well, that's what it looks like around his waist. It looks pretty nice. Put it around his shoulder, show what it looks like. Looks pretty cool. You can hold it like that. Looks really good. This one is probably equal favorite out of all the belts I got with the NXT one. So this is what the close-up. Plates are super detailed for the size. It's pretty good. This one's a little bent here, and it's better to pose actually, because it doesn't like stick up when you drape it over the shoulder. So yeah, it's a good belt. Foam again and photo paper. Good belt, and now it's sticking up. But yeah, moving on to the NXT titles. We go with the women's. It's on AJ because I do not have any NXT divas. This is my only diva figure actually. Oh, I got 2 AJs. Oh, and Nikki. Anyways, let's talk about the belt. Okay. This one, the size is perfect for the divas, and the plates look nice. But a fault I have with this is there's a smudge on that plate, if you can see it. Yeah, and like right there on the T. And another fault I have is the silver dots on it. There's one missing, and these ones are fading. But what can you do? It's hand painted. But for the price I paid for these, you'd expect it to be pretty good. Another con I have with this is how it fits around a diva's waist. With the Velcro, look how much it goes around, and this is it, Velcro strapped on. It barely fits. It's like really loose around her waist. If you understand what I mean, it's just, yeah, look at that. It's super hard to get around a diva's waist, so I'm not a fan of that belt. I'd give that probably a 2-1 star. I'm not a fan of that belt. It's pretty bad. 5 star for that, by the way, if I didn't say. Moving on to the NXT Tag Team titles. Now these are, again, like the X Division, I think these are really small around the waist, like that. Have a look. It looks really thin. But, yeah, that happens. So, anyways, here's the close-up of the plates. They're actually pretty good. There's not much detailing because the titles aren't that detailed. And again, like every other belt, its quality is good. Size is out of scale, I reckon. I'd say. Now, moving on to probably the best of the group, the NXT World Championship, around R-Truth's waist, because YOLO. So this is what it looks like around his waist. Looks really great. I like the way he made the plate look like it's as if it's like shining. It came out pretty well. It looks great around someone's shoulder, someone's waist. It's perfect scale as well. The side plates are good. I like it. It just looks great. This is probably the best out of the bunch. I probably will use this one for display because it does look really nice. Okay, now we're going to compare the size to the Mattel Intercontinental, the Tag Team, and the World Heavyweight Championship. Starting off with the Divas. This is kind of not fair because the Divas is smaller. The size difference is quite a different size, but that's an exception because it is a Divas belt. Oh wow, that looks... I'm losing all the belts, they're going under the ring. There's the Tag Team. Now the size on this one is good. Now we'll go to the TNA. TNA compared to the Tag Team. Plate is bigger, looks great. The world title, pretty good. It's a little thin, I reckon. Yeah, it looks good. It's a good size. The strap size is much bigger, if you can tell. I'm betting it right. Much bigger. Moving on to the TNA tag title, if I can grab it. It's Velcro to another belt. Yeah, next is the TNA tag belt. Go up to this one. Pretty much the same size as Intercontinental, the World Heavyweight. Thinner than that, but still pretty nice. Tag title, it is pretty close. It's good effort. Now we'll go to the X Division, my least favourite, the World Heavyweight. It just gets crushed by that size. The Intercontinental, probably the thinnest WWE belt, and it gets crushed by that. The tag team, and it gets crushed again. So yeah. Next is the NXT tag, just boom, super thin, boom, super thin, and I drop the other part. And again, super thin. The strap's pretty much the same on everyone except for this one. NXT, good size difference there. No, good size again, and you can barely see the tag team if it weren't for the X, you know. Good size for the NXT, that was a great size. So, all in all, would I recommend these belts? I would say yes. I would not recommend getting the NXT belts because they, of course, are coming out. This is with Elite 40 Sami Zayn. It's with Paige, Elite something, and these will probably come out soon. So, there's probably no point getting the NXT, but TNA ones, if you want TNA belts, I do recommend them. They are good, except for the X Division, of course. So yeah, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for my next video, and Suplex City, man.